councillors. Technology is still causing us some concern as far as connecting Councillor Vandervis, but I think it's time for us to get underway. So today, our prayer is being led by David Allison, Opoko, Kati Huirapa ki Pukataraki. So, David.
This is indeed an honour for Pukataraki and Otako, tēnā koutou katoa. E koe koe te tui, e kete kete te kāka, e kuku te keraru. The tui chatters, the kāka cackles, the keraru coos. This whakatauki speaks of the many different voices in the universe, that no one voice is better than the other, that we all have a voice worthy of being heard, that only when we truly hear others can we find ourselves. Nō reira, e raro i te korowai o ārai te uru, tēnā koutou katoa. Nō reira, e ihoa, ho mai te wai ora ki a mātou. Please pass down the water of life to enable this council to proceed in making careful discussion and decision-making, bearing in mind the greatest thing in the world, he tangata, he tangata, he tangata. Nō reira, city fathers, Mati aroha, o mati atua, koutou e tiaki e manaki, I roga kia katoa. Therefore, city fathers, may the Lord bless you and keep you at all times. Nō reira, mō tēnei wā, noho ora mai koutou katoa, I roro I te maru, o ihoa o ngā mano. May the cloak of our makers guide you and protect you and your decisions always. Amen.
That brings us to public forum, and our first speaker today is Dr. Margot Skinner on a proposal to relocate the statue of the Reverend Dr. Donald McNaughton Stewart. Margot.
Tēnā koutou katoa. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. I'm Margot Skinner, a fourth-generation Dunedinite, but today I'm here as the chairperson of the Stewart Residence Halls Council, a council that has been part of our city for the last 75 years. It had its roots in ideas that came out of the Knox Church elders, and it has had its foundation and formation in providing accommodation for students at the University of Otago, and in a wider way also providing assets for the university and for the city. Our most recent of those being the 75th anniversary gift to the university of the Dibble bronze pathway statue. But the reason for my being here today is on behalf of the Council to present a proposal to you to seek the support of the city to move the bronze statue of Dr. Stewart, after whom our council is named, from its current location, sitting in a position near the Queen's Gardens and in front of a building that I about, but we want to propose that his statue be moved to the university campus to a site yet to be determined, but near the Clock Tower building. Our council proposes that undertaking the relocation of the statue would be our contribution to the university's 150th anniversary celebrations in 2019, and it would also coincide with the 125th anniversary of Dr. Stewart's death and his consequential end of his term as the university's chancellor. Just as the people of Dunedin flocked to the main street to pay their respects at the time of his funeral, we would also aim to respect that event by having past and present residents from Arana and Carrington colleges, the two that we formed, as well as other colleagues and friends, walk with the statue from the Queen's Gardens to the university during that anniversary year. Our council has had initial discussions with the University of Otago. Report that they endorse our proposal. I've spoken with the city's mayor, and so now bring this concept to you, to this forum, because we believe that unless we have the council support, then we really can't go into any further details in terms of costings and the potential for relocation. The idea is not new with our council. We've had this idea in mind since at least 2010, when Rob Hamill, a noted Dunedin artist, actually raised the issue in the ODT in terms of the location of the statue and deserving a more fitting home. So I submit that to you as some of the background information, that perhaps a more appropriate situation could be provided for his statue. At the time of his death and the subsequent funeral, the University of Otago Council noted that it is not too much to say that the existence of this university is attributable to the untiring zeal and to his contribution very largely to the success that subsequently Dr. Stewart attended to it. So I put that proposal to you very strongly as not only the possibility for a gift from our council to mark the 150th anniversary of the university, very much a part of the city, but also to potentially lay Dr. Stewart at rest in a more salubrious environment. Thank you. Yes, absolutely.
Councillor Vincent Pope.
He said trying to work the new machine. Can I assume that the proposal that you're putting forward now has already been communicated in writing to the council so we can discuss it in due course in an appropriate environment, or is that something?
Yes, indeed. I met with the mayor and followed up with a letter to him, so all of the details have been in writing.
Thank you.
No other questions? So thank you, Margot.
Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is Liz Angelo, who wishes to address the meeting on the subject of public transport.
Sorry, Liz was cancelled.
Okay, I've just heard that Liz is cancelled, so we'll move on. Next is Neil Kennedy, New Zealand Motor Caravan Association, who wishes to address the meeting concerning motorhome-friendly towns.
I want to take a few minutes here to explain the New Zealand Motor Caravan Association's Friendly Town Scheme. I thank you for the opportunity to bring to your attention this scheme and the benefits it can bring to our city. The Otago New Zealand Motor Caravan Association area has 966 members, most of whom are local ratepayers to the DC. 45 cities, it's now 47 cities and towns are participating in the scheme, with more signing up all the time. The scheme is designed to promote local events and activities to our 70,000 members. And this allows them to plan trips around these events. This promotion comes at no cost to the council or the organisations involved. Put simply, it's a national promotion of local events. The financial benefit to the city is more time spent here, resulting in more of the daily spend captured. The participation experience so far has been extremely positive, with all areas expressing appreciation for the support that their events have received through this advertising. The requirements for being a motorhome-friendly town are mostly already in place here. Once accepted for a motorhome-friendly status, Dunedin would be added to our website, which gives a link to the DCC website. I commend the consideration of this concept to Council. Local liaison would be available. Also, I'm going to flick everybody here an email, and it actually shows the advertising. I only got it on Friday. It came from head office. And it shows the type of publication and what the publication looks like. And I emphasise again, it costs the council nothing, but it does put our events, local events, and I'm talking city-wide events, in our magazine that all our members get bi-monthly, and that's the great benefit. And I've given it, you've got a yellow folder there, it's got all the information on it, it's got some comments from previous people. We started this process in 2010, going 6 years, and growing all the time. You'll notice in the stuff I've given you, there's not a city on it. We need a city in here, and we're a nice small city. We spend a lot of money on advertising our benefits in this case, and so you need some free advertising, we can give it to you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Neil, are you happy to take questions if councillors have any?
By all means. Thank you.
Councillors, any questions? Councillor O'Malley.
Thanks, Neil, for your presentation. What interaction have you had with the Economic Development Unit? I mean, this actually, we'll be discussing the Dunedin Destination Plan later on today, and this seems to be something that would fit in quite nicely with the idea of come and visit and get to understand the city a bit better. So have you had much interaction with the city at this point? Or with the Economic Development Unit and...
No, we haven't done that. This is sort of the first time it's been brought to attention down here in Dunedin, even it hasn't been brought to local committees either. But we've had a very active person in North Island, and they've got a tremendous number of towns. We've been talking about getting a little bit off the beaten track, and so that's why the cities haven't been approached. So that's why I'm coming here today, to sort of make you aware that we do qualify as a city to be part of this deal.
See members of the Economic Development Unit here, so I wonder it'd probably be quite good to meet with them maybe afterwards and sort of touch base.
By all means,
yep.
Welcome the discussion, exactly what we need.
Thanks.
Councillor Elder.
Hi, thanks for your presentation. I was just asking a question. Does this include like self-contained motorhomes like the camper vans that go around? Does it include that kind of thing as well?
Talking here, our message goes to our members, and that's the 70,000 individuals I'm talking about. It does not go to car campers and that sort of thing at all. This advertising is in our magazine. Again, when our members look on their pad and they see that, oh, there's a thing on at Portobello, and they can plan their trip around it. I mentioned that. It's quite important that people from the North Island, they're travelling down here, they can get the information off their own iPad, and that's where they can pick it all up. That's the advertising part I was talking about.
Thank you.
There's to be no other questions, so thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next in the public forum is Gavin Mead, who wishes to address us concerning freedom camping and how it relates to Tomahawk. Welcome, Gavin.
Good afternoon, Chairman, councillors, staff. I think you've got in front of you. Right, that was our proposal when it first went out, the submissions first went out, and the New Zealand Motor Caravan Association proposes to utilise the site, if we could purchase it or lease it, as a members-only caravan park similar to our limited service park operating at 55 Woodhall Street. I presume everybody knows it is. Through the site, however, the vehicle access for temporary overnight parking will be restricted to New Zealand Motor Caravan Association financial members travelling in certified self-contained vehicles only. The New Zealand Motor Caravan Association Woodhall site is encouraging more members to visit Dunedin. Hence, Neil would like us to come on board as a motorhome friendly city. And therefore the demand for additional overnight parking areas is increasing. The Tomahawk site is conveniently located and would require only minor development to establish a limited service park. New Zealand Motor Caravan Association is a good corporate citizen, and this proposal fits well with the DCC's stated aims for recreation, tourism and our environment. The proposal is fiscally positive for DCC, in that no unbudgeted expenditure would be incurred, but rather a substantial gain would be...
We seem to have lost Councillor Vandevers.
Sale or steady income earned if it was leased to us. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Questions, councillors? Councillor Benson-Pope.
Just a similar question to the one I asked earlier. So have you already resubmitted this request for this to be considered for the use of the site now that the previous childcare centre has fallen over?
No, we weren't asked. Hence why I'm here today. I saw the piece in the paper. At a local level, the fact that we should perhaps come and talk to the councillors rather than talking to the staff.
We can do. Thank you.
Right, David.
Thank you, Gavin. Look, you know there's some interest in freedom camping in the city apparently at the moment, and I'm just wondering why this site is suitable for your use but not for freedom camping per se, given that it has, I think, some services on it that we would otherwise, because I note in your proposal that you limit it only to NZMCA members, not anyone else. And I'm wondering why that is the case.
Well, I don't really think that it would be manageable to have non-certified vehicles there, because the facilities would be very limited. A dump station perhaps, but we don't, everybody's got toilets and showers and everything on their buses. All we really require would be a dump station. We'd be happy to do what we were doing at Woodhall, planting, looking after the sand dunes, you know, beautifying the place, making it something that the community would be happy to walk through on their way to the sports fields or whatever.
Thank you. I think the difference here is you've said NZCMA only rather than certified. It could still be only certified, but why do they have to be members of your association? That's what I'm not quite understanding.
The standard is owned by the New Zealand Motor Caravan Association, so only certified motorhomes can be certified by the Motor Caravan Association.
So you're self-auditing. I had thought that the standard was a New Zealand-wide standard that was...
Run by us, operated by us, yes.
And to get that certification, you have to be a member of NZCMA?
Yes, I think so.
Sorry, MCA.
Yes, okay. I think so. I might be corrected on that one, but I think so.
Is that the one that costs $220 a year or something?
Motorhome Association membership. It wouldn't cost $220 a year, okay. No.
Sorry.
90, yeah.
Other questions, councillors? Thank you, Gavin.